Hello everyone, the Mexican 9 here showing you some ranked gameplay from Muridan. So we're going to go right into the draft I cut out the beginning loading screen for you all. As you see, I am not the happiest with the pick so far. First person on my team chose Murky flat out the gate without any sort of communication or first picks out of our side, so I was a little upset with that. Following up with a Zeratul and a Nazebo. Zeratul, one of my favorite melee assassin heroes, but we got the first pick on Nazebo, which I'm pretty okay with. Nazebo has some pretty decent crowd control capabilities and two awesome ults. You can't really go wrong with either of them. Golem is kind of fading out of the meta right now. People are going more towards the Ravenous Spirit build, just to get some really decent damage output, especially if you can have some people on your team that can follow it up with some decent crowd control. Looking at our team comp right now, it's pretty bad. We don't have like a dedicated tank. We have a Sonya, which is more of a tank assassin hybrid lane beast type deal. So she doesn't necessarily fit any one role. So right now we're not only missing damage, but we're missing a true tank. The Sonya player switched over to Kazarim, which I think is a pretty decent play. I think Kazarim is a pretty good support overall, especially if you get the healing trait at level 1. That can really help out some melee assassins and some tanks really well. Just with that constant healing over time capabilities can really do some magnificent healing and can really turn some team fights around. And both ults out of Kazarim are also really good. It is finally my pick, and seeing our team comp, I am just so worried about this person picking Murky. Almost any other hero at this point would be a better choice than Murky. And I'm deciding I'm going to have to tank in this situation. I really wanted to play Vala. She's just one of my favorite ranged assassins. Always solid. You can't really go wrong with a Vala player. So last second I switched over to Muridan, and the other player switching over to Jim Raynor, who has some really great capabilities pushing a lane. Especially with his W Inspire ability that can really boost a whole team to really push out a lane without any problems whatsoever. Especially with heroes like Zeratul, that W can really do wonders with his auto attack, especially if Zeratul goes with an auto attack build, which is very rare and I wouldn't recommend unless you're a pretty veteran Zeratul player. So I'm looking at our team comp now, and it is so much better than we first started. Looking at the other team, they have Butcher, which is one of the best one-on-one heroes in the game. So that's really one to look out for early game, because Butcher, with that Butcher's brand, can go in with almost no health at all and turn any 1v1 fight right towards the Butcher's side, because every time they do damage to you, they're healing up. So getting right into it, this took place during the Eternal Conflict event. So we do have a Treasure Goblin here, and I'm soloing it with one of the slowest auto-attacking heroes in the game, so I'm not too thrilled with that. Starting this game off, I am worried that our team is going to do really bad. I really like playing with Perfect Storm just because you can really get some decent damage out of your Q. But I am thinking that I'm going to have to go towards a pure survivability build. So I went with the block to block those auto attacks from Falstad in particular, especially with that secret weapon. Falstad can just be a beast of an auto attacker. You're seeing right there, I am not particularly doing that well against this lane. The Rhaegar, one of the best pure supports in the game, and a Falstad who has ridiculous auto attack and ability power mid to late game. Right around level 7, he is a force to be reckoned with. And you see the Kelthus even coming up to bully me out of the lane. I'm really worried. I'm pinging like crazy. I need help up top. I am alone. I have no damage output from Muridan. He's a pure tank. he is a hero that is hard to take down, but he can't clear a lane very quickly. He can't really win many 1v1 fights just because of his low damage output, but his survivability is so high, and he has that wonderful escape ability with his E, that dwarf toss. He can really be a force to be reckoned with just because he can control what the other team wants to do. And right here, you see we're losing this top shrine. There's no way we're going to be able to hold this with the Kelthus, the Falstad, and the Rhaegar combo. That is just one that has so much damage potential going out there. The only one that would make that a little better is if the Falstad was like an Illidan, just to take advantage of Rhaegar's ability with that the Storm Shield going out. You see they bullied us away from this lane once again. We cannot hold that top shrine, but that bottom shrine is being taken. What's really great about Dragon Shire is the objective scales with the game time. So more and more, the longer and longer we are waiting, the stronger this Dragon Knight can be. I don't remember when the first Dragon Knight gets taken, but it takes forever, and that's what makes this game so interesting. And I completely adjusted my build with Muridan just to follow along with what the game is doing. As you can see, me and Kazarim, we are struggling to maintain control of this lane. Our towers are doing more of a lane clear than us, just because we don't have that high of a damage output. I'm going to try to bully Rhaegar off of this shrine right now, but I'm really worried. I saw that Falstad come through, and Falstad has that really high mobility. I'm going to Dwarf Toss right over that wall, and I'm just going to get out of there. I can't deal with Falstad with that Rhaegar sitting right there. That's just way too high of a damage output, and that support is crazy. I see a Zeratul right there, which is really nice, but at the same time, I can't deal with that. I hit the retreat just to show Zeratul I'm not gonna go in with them right there, but I see I've got an opening right here, so I'm gonna just be a little jerk to Falstad for a second, just let him know I'm still around, and I'm still trying to control this lane the best I can. And then that darn Kelthus, he's just really trying to take down those towers, but we got him stunned. Kelthus is gonna go down right there. Because of Zeratul, I couldn't have taken Kelthus one-on-one. He would have absolutely destroyed me, especially with that double living bomb. Can just be insane. Right now we have 3 of us up here. We are pretty decent as far as that shrine goes, but the enemy team is rotating down. They took that bottom shrine, so it is just going back and forth with these shrines. No one can hold both of them, and that's what really makes this game interesting. I went with the piercing bolt right here. I think that's a no-brainer. Any Muridan should be going for that piercing bolt just to get that added crowd control. That double stun on 2 heroes can really, really change a team fight around if needed. You have like a Butcher running in with his Furnace Blast. As long as he's not using his Onslaught charge, you can stun him. His ult is all of a sudden useless. Right now, the enemy team has control of both these shrines, but it's me and Zeratul, and Rhaegar knows he can't really go in without both of us just turning it around and absolutely destroying him. So I'm just going to sit up here for a while, and then I realize he's backing up, so I am going to go back in for the wave clear. Rhaegar, he knows Zeratul's around. He's not going to get out of that wolf form until he has his 2 buddies right there, that Falstad and KT. They really don't mess around. I got to tap the well because I know I'm going to be taking some damage right here. So I'm looking over at that shrine, and I know I can't really do much. I'm going to hide in this bush, but KT seeks me out. He knows where I'm at. I'm going to go over here, and I'm just going to hit this lane, and then I'm going to have to get out of there. All that damage potential is something that I cannot be messing with, especially with a lack of rotation out of our team. If I knew I had some heroes coming up, I might throw a stun and really try to control that lane. So all I do here is try to push KT and Falstad back. They're just too close. I'm worried about those towers. I think I'm going to lose them way too soon. Taking a look in, we are 5 minutes and 50 seconds in, and not a Dragon Knight has been taken. That just shows how interesting this game is going to turn out. Generally, when I'm playing, Dragon Knight gets taken 2 minutes, 30 seconds in, 3 minutes, 4 minutes tops. But here we are within the 6 minute. They have both shrines, but Jim and Karazim are making sure we are not losing this Dragon Knight. We are going in right here. Kazarim coming up with a beautiful rotation, taking out Kazarim. I went with the Avatar right there. You really can't go wrong with Avatar. It really just fulfills your role as that tank. You get the extra health pool. You get that micro stun off your auto attacks. Just a good tank build. You can't really go wrong with it. So that I went with a more defensive move. I've never seen anyone take Haymaker and have it been successful at all. I've seen someone try to do it at Blackheart's Bay, but it just was not worth it. I didn't understand what the thought process was behind. I was hoping it was more of a misclick when they did that. So we are looking still Dragon Knight not taken going into the 7th minute, and I have Falstad here trying to clear this lane as quickly as possible. He really wants those towers. He sees them. They're pretty low, and he is eager to get rid of them. I misclicked there, and I did not actually take Avatar when I first wanted to. Here I go. I threw the double stun out, just trying to eliminate as much damage coming to Kazarim as possible. But that Falstad ultimate is really going to do some damage, and that is going to take out Kazarim. I had to pop the ult just to get out of there. It is too early for me to go down. Even with the triples team there, I still just want to stay in this lane. I want to make sure it doesn't get too out of control. My tower is out of shots, and it's just me and this Falstad and an entire wave of minions, and they just took the entire the walls down because I couldn't dish out enough damage to push Falstad away. So the Dragon Knight still not taken. Minute 8. It's still up for grabs, and it is split. We have the tower down bot controlled by us, and we just lost it as I'm taking this other one. So within seconds, the control of the shrines just flipped. I'm thanking KT for not launching me off my mount sooner, because he really could have done some pretty decent damage with that gravity lapse, going right in with the Falstad secret weapon. He has it already, so I'm a little worried how that is going to turn out. Just two really strong ranged assassins they're not anything to deal with. But right here, we try to pick up the kill, and thank goodness for Zeratul and that little teleport he can do, because that really is all we needed to take care of that Falstad right there. So now we have control. I'm going to go down and see what I can do to help out right here. I see there's a tiny little team fight going. Raynor just popped the ult. We have Tyrael right there, but we're pushing him away. No problem. Now 3 of us are in this lane. We're leaving the top open. I went with Healing Static right there just to really try to top off my tank build. Try to get, 5-10% healing. Can really do a lot. Gonna throw the stun on the Butcher. All 3 of us still took a second to take the Butcher down because he threw the Butcher's brand out on Zeratul. None of us were available to take the top shrine because we all rotated down and tried to get a couple kills, which we did get on looks like Rhaegar and the Butcher. I was just a part of the Butcher one. So now I'm in the bottom lane for the first time in the game. I'm moving up to mid to see what I can do to try to help out right here. Kazarim going in on this Tyrael. This Tyrael's in rough shape after that Kazarim ultimate with that 7-sided strike. Probably one of my favorite ultimates, especially coming out of a support. You really don't see a support that has a viable damaging ultimate. Some people really like the Bloodlust on Rhaegar, but that's really only good if you have a lot of auto-attacking heroes. So if you have an Illidan, a Butcher, a Zeratul all on the same team, then you've got some pretty decent opportunities to set Bloodlust. The double stun right there is all that was needed to get Kazarim out of there. Lucky strike on my part. I really am proud of that one. There was only one thing getting him out of there, and it was that move. I couldn't dive in. You saw Raynor go down. He was just crowd controlled way, way too hard. And there we go. We're pushing them back right here. Butcher, we're trying to really take him down, but Kazarim, with that nice little teleport to people, he can really do some nice things out of that, whether he's coming in for that last-minute clutch heal with his W, or if he is going in right there and getting that last auto attack to kill a really, really weak hero. I've got Tyrell here. I have more health than him. I'm on my regen. I've got my second wind popped. He is not going to do anything to me, especially with how little mana he has. He can't really do much. I'm not too worried that the Dragon Knight's going to get taken here by the enemy, because we have a full health Jim Raynor just chilling over there. I opted for the Stone Skin at level 16. Really, really, really needed that that healing over time, especially with Kazarim and I not really staying in the same lane too much. I could really use that healing over time. So here I am against this Falstad. I had to pop my ultimate. I thought he was going to take me down. So I'm just kind of hanging out by this shrine with my ultimate popped. Falstad wasted his ult. I wasn't in there anymore, but he went back in, and if this Falstad player was a veteran Falstad player, he should know that as long as he keeps me at a distance, he can kill me every single time. But we lost the shrine. We are 12.5 minutes in, and this Dragon Knight has not been taken. I'm going to go in. I'm going to say, screw it. I'm taking this shrine. Falstad, I don't care if you're here or if you're not. I am going to do everything I can to bully you out of this lane. And he's playing Ring Around the Rosie with me, and I am winning. He is not doing any damage. I'm getting my heal over time already all set, and I take down a Falstad one-on-one as Muridan. That 0 damage output doesn't matter. That Falstad, he should have barrel rolled away and just pelted me from afar, really trying to get me off that shrine. But instead, he just wanted to get his body on the shrine, just so, for whatever reason, if I stepped off, that he could take that shrine from me. Really not a good move from the Falstad player, but it just made me look really good in this situation because that Falstad player let me kill him. That's all he did. He wasn't doing enough damage to really push me away. He went for more of the running away tactic, which really, really didn't work because I wasn't getting off that. He didn't have the support coming in. That Ravaging Spirit coming down to KT, really nothing he can do. Just get demolished with that massive channeling from our Nazeebo player. And here we go. 14 minutes in. Is this when the Dragon Knight gets taken? Enemy is really focusing on Merc camps right now, and we can't do anything to do it, but we get the first Dragon Knight of the game at 14 minutes. Crazy how long that took. That's 4 or 5 times longer than it normally would take, and our Dragon Knight player has no problem coming up, trying to take out these keeps and these forts as quickly as possible. We really just need to use this to get to our level 20 talents and really bring the hurt on these players. Falstad going down there, he can't hold up with his damage from our Nazeebo player. He is at level 19, almost to his storm talents, but I am just going back. These bruisers just need to go. So I am going to drop back and take care of these. Nazeebo helping out as well. I should more say I'm helping out Nazeebo because he's the one doing all the real damage. I'm hesitant to pick my level 20, and then I'm thinking about it, and what am I going to do? I'm going to pick the Rewind just so I can hold 2 Storm Bolts at a time, possibly being able to stun 4 enemy players at a time. That just sounded so good to me in this situation. We have our level 20s. They just hit 17 or 18. So we have a lot of opportunities to try to lock down this team and get that death clock going. Right now we have Rhaegar on that death clock, and we're just going to try to exploit this as much as possible. We took a keep, a fort, and another tower down in the enemy's core. I'm going to throw the ult, just keep them away from my low health Kazarim player. But what's this? Butcher trying to lock me down. Unfortunately, Butcher, I just have too big of a health pool. You don't do enough damage. I'm going to stun you just to let you know that I want to stay down here as long as possible. But Tyrael on that death clock now. He went in with his ultimate. Did not pan out for him. Looks like Falstad could go down right there. But Zeratul has to pop away. He really can't deal with it. all the potential damage there. Great ancestral healing coming from Rhaegar on the Butcher player to possibly take out our Kazarim, but our Kazarim does get away. So we still have all 5 of our heroes on there. We still have Tyrael on the death clock, another 15 seconds on him. So we know that in order to get another good push, we are going to try to drop back and get as many Merc camps as possible. We're splitting up. We have some people going up to take the Bruisers, and me and Kazarim, we see these siege giants, and they are going to be ours. This Falstad, again, coming in with a very interesting play, trying to stop it with 3 other heroes. We have that Zeratul rotating down. If he came back in right there, it would be really dangerous. Some other people up there, looks like KT trying to take down that that fort up there, but we got 2 mercenary camps, so I would say let him have the keep. It doesn't bother me at all. So he takes it without much of a problem. Good play by the Nazebo there, getting rid of that zombie wall as quickly as possible. But then the Butcher comes in again with his ultimate on me, and I am not the best person to target with this ultimate. It just doesn't make as much sense. I just have too big of a health pool. Throwing that on Nazebo, by the way, would have been a great play. But that's just not what he did. He went for me. I think he really just wanted the escape right there, but then he thought he could turn it. Not the best idea. I gotta back up. I'm low. Accidentally gave the living bomb to Nazebo. Just a little present from KT right before he died. Just that transference. But what's this? Dragon Knight is up, and we have it because we have all 5 of the players on the death clock. So we're going to push this as hard as we can. We have a decent group of siege giants down in the bottom lane doing as much damage as they can, while we are just coming mid, and we are going to go for the victory right here. They really can't do much. I'm just going to go down here. Let's get a bigger XP boost just in case we throw right here. A little contingency plan is never a bad idea. So I'm going here grabbing some experience, and then I'm going to go in making sure that if they pop out a little too far, those heroes on the enemy team are going down. But they only have 1 available, and look at that core just going down. And this is going to be it. They can't do anything. We're doing too much damage to this core. Butcher just spawned, but it's not going to be enough. There we have it. We ended 16-0 with Muridan on Dragon Shire. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll see you in another one, and have a great day.